Hey, you guys, I'm so excited to teach this class to you today, all about the daily 5, how to refocus, recenter, and recharge every single day. This has been basically a recipe that I've come up with that's helped me so much. And I think that if you're not already doing these things, this little recipe will help you too. If you feel a little bit overwhelmed by your life, if you feel like you have no clear headspace at all, if you kind of have an anxious mind, if you feel like you've lost your purpose or your kind of like drive, if you feel like you've lost your way in motherhood, if you feel like you're drawing from an empty well, then this class is for you. The daily 5, should I just hop it? Oh, wait, no, I should introduce did I introduce myself? No, I don't think I did. I'm Jamie Cook. I am the co-founder of this page along with Shannon, and I have 4 kids, and I have to really practice really diligent self-care to manage anxiety and just rage and the stress of life. So that's sort of why I live and breathe this daily 5. So what we want to do is we want to figure out how we can fill our own well. We all know we can't draw water from an empty well, but nobody can really fill our well for us. We sort of just have to figure out how we can take care of ourselves and do that ourselves. As women, I know that each of you are constantly taking care of other people, and in order to continually care for other people, we need to care for ourselves. And here's how we do that with the daily 5. So I will jump in and get right to it. You're like, stop talking about the daily 5 and tell me what it is. Okay, first, 5 minutes of journaling every day, 5 minutes of devotion, 5 minutes of meditation, move your body, and seek out connection. And we'll dive into each of those, but I do want to also just mention, remember Brooke Snow's fabulous class about floors and ceilings? So many of you love that class. That really resonated with me, I know. And we want to put in our floor in place. It's so good to shoot for the hills and set really, really high goals, but let's be honest, time is so scarce. And so let's just shoot for a floor here. And I think doing these things for 5 minutes a day, maybe even 3 minutes a day, is a good floor. And it's totally doable. Even if you are maxed out, we can do this. Okay, so let's dive in. Okay, let's talk journaling. So I like to try and wake up about 45 minutes before my family wakes up. And for me, that's doable now because I don't have babies waking me up all night. But for some of you, you need every second of sleep you can get. So do whatever works best for you. If it's at nap time or first thing in the morning or late at night. But I like to start my day out going to the same place in my house every morning. I have my little routine. I fill up my water. I turn on my little lamp and I sit in the same spot every day because we know from Atomic Habits, if you read that from James Clear, that the consistency of training yourself to kind of like go to the same location each time takes the brain work out of it and conditions yourself to kind of like continue these positive habits. Okay, so secondly, I love these journals. I found them at Home Goods and TJ Maxx, and the brand is Fringe. Not that it matters, not that you need a certain kind of journal, but I love the kind of casualness of these because I used to have this like leather bound gold embossed journal and I felt like I needed to write to my posterity. And what I've learned is that I need to write for myself. I need to do a brain dump. I need to do, sorry, someone's coming in here. So what I'll do, depending on how I'm feeling that morning, I will write at the top either morning pages or gratitude pages. So most days I try and do gratitude pages, but if I just am feeling like I gotta like have this as a clearing tool to just like dump out the stress or frustrations of my life, I just do morning pages. And something that I have done that's been really helpful for me, and everybody has their own method that will work for them, but for me, like I give myself permission to just bullet point. Like I don't need to write paragraphs, I can just bullet point. Gratitude pages. Listening to the girls giggle upstairs. Watching my son's football game and hearing him celebrate afterwards. Kissing Dan on his way out of the office because his office is like 3 feet away from the kitchen. Anyway, that freed me up to feel like, okay, I don't need to be writing a novel here or like a play-by-play of everything that happens in my life. And honestly, that's not always the most interesting thing to read later anyway. So I just can't stress enough how much journaling can help see the good in your life and clear out some of the bad. Okay, number 2 is devotion. For me, that looks like getting into my scriptures. For other people, that might look like reading an inspirational book. Really, it doesn't matter what it is for you. Something that fills your cup, inspires you, motivates you, helps you connect to a higher power. There is so much power in that. And again, I am not so good about like diving way in. Right now, my goal is just to do it and to do it every day. Even if it's just reading a verse, a stanza of a poem, whatever it is, just get in the practice of just opening up that book of devotion, whatever it is for you, and doing it. All right, number 3 is meditation. How are these hand gestures? I became kind of converted to meditation last year in 2019. I didn't really have much experience with it before, but wow, it is such a game changer to have moments of stillness and to practice deep breath. And in so doing, it's very grounding and it helps, it's, clearing for the mind. And it also can be really powerful for helping focus on what you want in life, just to have that time, that stillness away from the frenzy of life. And I'm going to reference Brooke Snow for the second time this class. She's been a great mentor for me, obviously. We shared about her Christian meditation course here before, and we'll link that in stories again. I've really loved that course. I know other people love Headspace. There's so many great programs out there, or you don't even need a program. You can just practice deep breath and put on some really calming music. I love to use meditation. Hello. Can you give me 1 second? I'll be right there. Okay. To use meditation. What was I even going to say? Oh, I love to use meditation as a tool also to visualize what I want for that day. And some days meditation for me is just like a few minutes of deep breaths. And other times I have more time to really kind of try and create my day. So can't stress enough how powerful meditation is. Okay, number 4 is to move your body. We all know the endorphins that can come from exercising, and yet somehow we make excuses for why we can't move our body. We don't have time. Sometimes we overcomplicate it, think we need to have a gym membership or just make it some big thing. I mean, let's just remember that moving our body can look like jumping on the trampoline with our kids. It can look like shoveling snow in the wintertime, raking leaves in the fall, working in the garden, going for a walk with a friend, just having that goal to get that endorphin rush that comes from moving our body. I know I live and die by that. It helps me so much in management of anxiety and feeling just more peaceful and calm. So let's set that goal. Okay, and our last, number 5 of our daily 5 is to seek connection every single day. Right now, I think so many of us are feeling really lonely, and it's really easy to go a whole day without connecting with another human being, adult human being. And make it a goal just to reach out to somebody today and every day, whether that's picking up your phone and calling your mom or your sister or a friend, or sending a Marco Polo, maybe sending a text to someone who's been on your mind that you don't usually converse with, maybe dropping by something for your neighbor who might be even more lonely than you are. I have an example of someone in my life who's been such an example of this. When we lived in Boston, the leader of our congregation, of our church congregation, was this awesome guy who decided that he was going to send out an email for every single person's in our congregation's birthday. And the note was really short. It would just say, "Hey, Jamie, happy birthday. I hope it's a great one." But the coolest thing happened, right? Like when someone sends you a note, what do? You write back, "Oh my gosh, Brendan, it's so great to hear from you. I haven't heard from you in so long. And how's your family and how are things going?" And it kind of opens up this line of communication and this connection. And I always felt like, oh my gosh, how does he have the time to do that? And I still wonder, how does he have the time to do that? But I think that he found that there was a lot of fulfillment in keeping these relationships open and having that back and forth with people that have been in his life that he loves and cares about. So let's just strive to seek connection every day, whether it's just in the smallest way or a big way. So that's my daily 5, my sort of recipe to show up recentered, refocused, and recharged every single day. So remember, journaling, devotion, meditation, move your body, and seek connection. And we would absolutely love to hear from you in the comments below. What would be on your daily 5? What helps keep you going? And what helps you refocus and recenter? We love learning from you. We hope that this class has been helpful and that you have the energy that you need to face all of the huge tasks that are before you and to show up as the best version of yourself for your family and for all the people in your circles. Have the best day, you guys.